The author quoted some data from CDC and showed the rising incidence of autism and attempts to find causes of the rises of incidence. It ends with a recognition by most scientists that autism results from a combination of genetic vulnerabilities and environmental triggers. So, in 2004, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention released some new data on the prevalence of autism in the United States. This study identified 1 in 68 children as having autistic spectrum disorder. In paragraph 9, you will find such a sentence. But environmental factors may also be contributing to the spike. You may have problem understanding the word spike. It means a sudden increase in the price, volume, or an amount of something. In the text, you can find some similar words meaning increase, like rising, which is an adjective used to describe nouns, and a verb to soar. In part 3, you can also summarize some expressions for discussions about autism. Do you still remember in part 2 that we summarized some similar expressions? And now this is a continuum of that part. Look at these expressions taken from the text. No one can say why the numbers have soared, but environmental factors may also be contributing to the spike. To get to the bottom of the mystery and others, most researchers believe autism arises from a combination of genetic vulnerabilities and environmental factors. Please pay attention to the highlighted parts. No one can say why. What does this mean? It means the causes of the conditions are still unknown. May also be contributing. This is a way to say that a certain cause leads to a certain result. And to get to the bottom of something means to dive deep into a thing and then to try to find out the causes of this thing. And arises from means to be caused by a certain factor. Let's do 2 exercises to learn how to put these phrases into use. For example, this is a sentence from paragraph 6. Its causes are still uncertain, as are the reasons of the rapidly rising incidence of autism. Okay. What if I ask you to rephrase this sentence with the several phrases we learned just now? You can rewrite it like this. No one can say why the incidence of autism is rapidly rising. See, this is how you put into use the phrase you learned just now about the discussion about causes. Now, let's do another exercise. Most researchers believe autism arises from a combination of genetic vulnerability and environmental triggers. What if I ask you to rephrase this phrase with the expression contribute to? You can rewrite it like this. Most researchers believe a combination of genetic vulnerabilities and environmental triggers may be contributing to autism. See, this is how you can enrich your writing by enlarging your vocabulary and putting more variety into your expressions. Still about finding the causes of autism, the author writes such a sentence, but he does not regard thimerosal, which has been evolved from routine childhood vaccines, as anything like a smoking gun. Here, thimerosal means crystalline compound of mercury used as an antiseptic. But what I want to show you is the term smoking gun. Smoking gun comes originally from the idea of finding a smoking gun, which is a very recently fired gun on the suspect who is wanted for shooting someone. And nowadays, the meaning has evolved into something that serves as conclusive evidence or proof. For example, you can use such a phrase in this sentence. Studies suggest that the underlying links between vaccination and autism is almost a smoking gun. Thank you, and see you next time.